Hello, my friends. I am so excited to be welcoming you to another edition of Story Time here at the Colorado Railroad Museum. This week, we have an exciting book that we'll be reading, I Dream of Trains. And this book is by Angela Johnson and illustrated by Loren Long. Do any of you dream of trains? Well, let's explore this book and find out. Papa tells me Casey Jones started dreaming about trains when he was littler than me. I think of that, of big old Casey being littler than me, and smile. I dream of trains too, as the Mississippi morning gets hotter and red dirt sticks to my feet, making them heavy. While the picking hurts my back, I look over the long white rows and listen for Casey's whistle, dreaming of trains. When the cotton's all gone, I'm still dreaming. I walk along the tracks and soon it's just us, me, Casey Jones, and his fireman, Sim Webb. We work together as the engine carries us past the delta and across the plains, over the mountains, past the desert, and to the ocean far away from here. Along the way, we look at people and places. Then Casey lets me drive the engine. Have any of you dreamt of driving a steam engine before? And somewhere along the plains, Casey lifts me up towards the magic, and I sound the whistle. Woo, woo. Some sounds can remind you of times gone by. And as I blow the whistle, I remember that I'm walking along the Mississippi tracks, dreaming of this. Soon, I'm back beside my tracks, missing Casey and Sim, and the feel of the whistle speaking to me. Papa says it's the sound of leaving that speaks to my soul, and through the daytime that lingers on through the night. Casey Jones knows, Papa says. Casey Jones must know. Short days, cold days, turn back into long, warm planting days. We are where we were and who we are. I still stare at the tracks and wait for Casey and his engine to come flying past the fields and dream me away. But then, one rainy April night, just up round Vaughan, they saw the rain was pouring worse than anybody had seen in years. But Casey Jones and Sim Webb took the 382 out into the night. Casey was doing a favor because he wasn't really his run. And he was making up time, flying, and didn't see the train ahead, the full train up ahead. Papa says that before the wreck came, Casey sounded his whistle through the rain. He grabbed the brake and the whistle, warning everybody he was coming. Holding fast, he told Sim Webb to jump into the dark night. Papa says they found him with the brake still in his hand. I ask Papa, does that mean it's over? we stand beside the spot where Casey's engine 382 finally came to rest. Papa says, "No, there'll be other trains and engines." Then he talks to me about the big wide world and the oceans and cities and mountains that I'll one day see. When Papa squeezes my hand, I know I have another hero besides Casey. I walk slowly home with him, and I think of Casey with his hand on the whistle and his other hand on the brake. Too soon the rows of white cotton come back to us all, and I bend and pick and bend beside my family and listen for the whistle that blows past us but doesn't speak to our souls. When it's cool again, I walk in the woods and think of big old Casey and the cry of his whistle dreaming me away. Dreaming me away. One day, when I am older, I will leave the cotton behind. I'll miss my family in the woods, all that made me smile. But when my time comes for leaving, I will take the train and remember as I roll away what Papa said about Casey and his soul-speaking whistles and my place in this big, wide world. The end. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me for another edition of Storytime here at the Colorado Railroad Museum. We'll see you next time.
Hi friends, this is Roni at the Colorado Railroad Museum, and we are going to do a new craft that goes with our story, I Dream of Trains, by Angela Johnson and Loren Long. So, things we're going to need for our project are scissors, you're also going to need a hole punch, we need a toilet paper roll, we're going to need some wax paper or parchment, we're going to need a rubber band, and we're going to need some markers. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. By the way, this is what we're going to do is we're making a whistle, because in the story they talk about the sound of a whistle all through the book. So this is what the whistle is going to look like when you're done. Okay, so first of all, we're going to get some parchment paper and we're going to cut a piece that is going to be big enough to go over the tube. And I previously already did that. So remember, when we're cutting it with our scissors, to be very, very careful going all the way around. And if you have an older person with you, a brother, sister, mom, grandma, grandpa, whoever, they can do the cutting if you can't. Okay, so after you get your paper all cut, take your toilet paper roll and you need to punch a hole towards the top of the toilet paper roll. Just one hole. There you go. Now remember that hole there. What you're going to do is now you're going to do color. Color your paper roll with whatever you want. So on mine, I made like a rainbow, so I put different colors all over it. But you could do whatever you want. Maybe you want to do bubbles or circles, or maybe you want to do hearts because Valentine's Day is coming along soon. Or I would do clovers for St. Patrick's Day, but I'm not good at that. Maybe you just do a bunch of shapes like triangles and rectangles. or maybe you just scribble all over it, and maybe you can make a train on your whistle. Okay, make sure you put a lot of color on it too. After you've done decorating it, all you have to do is take your piece of paper and turn your paper roll upside down. Put the paper over the toilet paper roll and put a rubber band on it. There. Now, you could ask somebody, a parent or yourself, can come and cut it so that you can see all the beautiful work that you did earlier. Right now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now, when you're ready to blow the whistle, you have to kind of use your voice a little bit, kind of like a kazoo, so that you can hear the different sounds. So I'm going to show you a little bit what to do. So you have your hole up here, you're putting your mouth through here, and you're blowing. Ready? And that is how you make your whistle that goes with the book, I Dream of Trains. I can't wait to see you again soon. Please take care, and we will see you next time at the Colorado Railroad Museum. Thank you. Bye.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Commenting and sharing in particular may qualify as virtual engagements for important funding programs like the SCFD.